Salaki brothers. Joel chapter 3 verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all men of war draw near, let them come up. Right? Gentile, those nations, 5 top nations that that article was talking about, was 5 or 6, are all Gentiles, Gentile nations. The top nations that have the nuclear weapons are all Gentiles. They're not Israelites. Ain't no Israelites countries out there with nuclear weapons. They're all heathens, Gentiles. All right. So the Lord said, proclaim you this among the Gentiles, the other nations, prepare war. Right. War is being prepared. Third World War. He said a nuclear conflict. It's an arms race to build up, quicker you know, to build up the mightiest military. All right. Because Third World War is coming. Wake up the mighty men, let all men of war draw near, let them come up. And a good part of the Euphrates River, which is a major sign, is dried up too. All right. The Lord speak about the Euphrates River being dried up to make way for the kings of the east. All right. Verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Right. Like North Korea, certain other nations out there, all right, are boasting now because they got the weaponry, or got the great equalizer, the nuclear missiles. All right. Iran. And then you got Russia, big brother Russia, being the guard unto them. All right. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about hither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen, which are the other nations, be walked and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Jehoshaphat, which is the Most High's judgment. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen. Right, and those people, all those nations are heathens. All right. And we're in this time now. We're coming into this time where the nuclear weapons are going to be used. Verse 13, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get ye down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Right, the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision, man. All right. And yeah, we're definitely in this time. We're definitely in a time with these nukes being used, man. And they're going to be used. All right. They got to be used because it's going to fulfill prophecy. America has to be destroyed by ICBM nuclear destruction, nuclear warheads. It's Revelation chapter 9. This is 9 and further up. Okay, Revelation chapter 9, I'm going to start at verse 12. Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. One war was past, and behold, there come 2 more wars more after. All right, so World War One is gone, World War Two is gone, and now we're in the time of World War Three, which again is going to be fought with nuclear weapons. And the 6 angels sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before Yahweh, saying to the 6 angels which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4th angel will loose, and which will prepare for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of man. Who's the third part of man? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right. So his stronghold is going to be destroyed. All right, verse 16, which is America, which is really where the power source comes from here in America. This is America is the chief headquarters of Esau's kingdom, you can say. Verse 16, which is going to be demolished, and the number of army of the horsemen were 200,000, with 200 million missiles, nuclear warheads. And I heard the number of them, and thus I saw the horse in the vision, and them that sat on them, having the breastplates of fire and jackethan and brimstone in the heads of the horses, whereas the heads of lions, which is talking about the warheads. All right, which is the last thing that hits the land. And out of their mouth issue fire and smoke and brimstone. By these 3 were the third part of men killed. Right, which again is Esau, Edom, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issue out of their mouth. For the power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. Right, and again, what's that? The nuclear warheads. All right, so it's prophecy that the third part of men, which is Esau, Edom, must be destroyed by nuclear warheads, nuclear missiles. All right, his kingdom being destroyed by nuclear missiles. Babylon the Great being destroyed by nuclear missiles. It's prophecy. and it's got to come to pass. All right. This Revelation, it's like in Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 1. Thus says the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind, missiles, man, and will set up Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bend the bow, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in the bridling. Spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Right, everybody that's left behind, that's going to be left behind, the 2/3 of our people in the other nations that live here in America are all going to die. All right, in this nuclear third world's nuclear war, and the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. Right, so man, this place is going to be utterly wiped out. All right, utterly wiped out. Nothing left here, man. Uh, Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon. And that's what's going on now. All these nations are getting ready to come against this place. Round about. All the nations with the strongest military, the best nuclear weapons, they're all putting themselves in array against this place. All right. Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, that have the missiles, shoot at her and spare no arrow, for she hath sinned against the Lord. Right. The Lord said, shoot at her and spare no arrow. Spare no arrow. So shoot all your missiles on this place. And again, the prophecy said, like we just read in Revelation 9, 200 million missiles hitting this place. So the Lord said, shoot at her and spare no arrow. No arrow, don't spare. Shoot all of them. And that's what's going to happen. All right. All the missiles that these countries got, they're going to fire on this place, man, and wipe it out. All right. Well, I'm just speaking as a man when I say that, but pretty sure all the Lord's going to allow all the missiles to be shot on this place. Because Scripture just said, shoot at her and spare no arrow. So shoot everything you got. And that's the anger that the Most High has to this place. Overkill. 1, 2, 3 nuclear missiles, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nuclear missiles would do the job. But the Lord is going to going to do overkill. He's going to make sure this place is desolate. That's how much the Most High hates this place. 200 million missiles hitting this nuclear warheads hitting this place. Like I said, 100 would do the job. Because one nuke can destroy Texas. Texas is a pretty big state, so one nuke can destroy Texas. So if they shoot like 100 of them, that would do the job. Probably, most likely. All right. But America is a pretty nice sized place, so 200 million missiles, that's still overkill, but it's guaranteed to do the job. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone, and peace and safety to you brothers pushing this truth and sincerity. With that, I'm going to say shalom.